You're a shining star, no matter who you are. I had to sing a little Earth, Wind, and Fire because sometimes that's really a tough thing to remember when you're in school. We're all shining stars. All the kids are shining stars in my opinion. But how about in preschool? Well, Sarah Farrell is the Family Literacy Coordinator at Shining Stars Preschool in Rio Rancho. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for letting me indulge in the song.
Oh, thanks.
It's a pleasure to have you today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being with us. We want you to tell us about the school. I don't think a lot of people are aware about Shining Stars Preschool.
Well, Shining Stars Preschool is part of Rio Rancho Public Schools. We have about 480 students,
Okay.
Which is more than you would think for preschool.
Sure.
It's the only public preschool in serving Rio Rancho students. We have about 50% of the kids have some sort of special need. Usually just they can't articulation. They don't express themselves as well as they could.
Okay.
And the other 50% are mostly attending with the Pre-K initiative funding.
Great.
So that they can get a good head start going into elementary school.
So important to get a head start on their education. And I think something that a lot of people out there want to know is how family literacy has changed over the years that you've been teaching there, because I know that that has a lot to do with what's going on at the school as well.
Well, I think when I first started teaching, we thought, oh, the parents, they can help at home. We just, send home the homework. They know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's more, these parents are partners in their children's education.
Absolutely.
And we want to teach them and help them understand what we're teaching so that we can actually work together to support their children in school.
So how do you do that? How do you involve the rest of the family beyond the kids?
Well, we have a lot of family events, so we invite the parents to come to school, mm-hmm. either during the middle of the day or in the evening.
Okay.
And the parents can, we try to set up events where we have fun and we show them things that they can take and continue at home.
Oh, that's so great. And I think everything obviously starts at home. It starts with the parents teaching, and then it goes beyond into the schools. But sometimes it has to be done a little bit in the reverse. When the parents don't have the education that their children are embarking on, sometimes the school needs to step in and help the children and then expand that to the family at home. And that's really a lot of what you're doing.
Yes, and also education has changed. From when we went to school, we were taught one way, and now we're trying to, education has changed, so what worked, there's more that the parents can do that they don't even know because we've changed things.
Right, exactly. What are some of the biggest changes that you've seen?
I think one of the changes in learning to read is instead of just starting, okay, here are the letters, here are the sounds, here's how you read, it's kind of a broader base. So we inspire the love of literature and reading and engaging with books, and then introduce at the same time some of the mechanics of reading.
That's great. It's so important. Literacy is everything. And you wear many hats personally. So what other things do you personally do, Sarah, for Shining Stars Preschool?
My title is Family Literacy Coordinator.
Right.
I'm the librarian at the school. We have a very large library. The children come once a week to check out a book and do story time. I'm also the bilingual coordinator, and part of my role is to make sure that if the children come in speaking Spanish, that we continue developing their Spanish as well.
Great.
Because if they need to speak the language of their home, and at preschool, no child's language is fully developed. So if they walk in and don't learn any more Spanish, then their Spanish is going to be weak and their English is yeah, exactly.
Very good point, because I think out there, these days, I think being bilingual, especially here in New Mexico, is such a key factor to just getting by. And even as you get older, getting jobs now, when people see that you're bilingual, I think it gives you a huge step above the rest.
It definitely does.
And one of the things that I think is so interesting is that you have a special program that's called Even Start. So could you tell us a little bit about that?
We're very excited about this Even Start program. It's a federal grant administered by the state, and the goal is to increase family literacy. Great. So it has a couple different components. One is to improve the parents' education. Great. So we can help parents get their GED, or if they want to improve their English, we can help with that. We also have a parenting component to give parents strategies and suggestions that they can work with their kids to help their kids succeed in school. And then also we provide if the children are preschool age, they come to our preschool and get quality preschool. Okay. And in the elementary school, we'll work and make sure that they're getting what they need at the elementary school level.
That is so fabulous. I think it's so great for people to be able to get involved. And how would you say the families benefit the most from this?
I think it's multifaceted, because the families can benefit because the parents can get better education, which leads to more opportunities.
Definitely.
The children will make sure that they're getting really everything that they need to be successful, and will help the parents help their children. So we'll work with them on, oh, look, your child's learning this. Here's something you could do at home to support them.
That's great. And I want to go back to something you said before, because you were talking about being a librarian and all the things that you offer in the library. And I would imagine, I don't have any children yet, but I would imagine that things have really changed with libraries since the internet, because it seems that the internet has been the easy way out, but there's something so special about going to a library and just getting your hands on a book and doing your research.
You know, it's the highlight of the children's, and they have many highlights. Recess is one of them too.
Right, of course.
But they really like their books, and they're so excited when they find their book. And if they don't get to take one out for some reason, if they forgot to bring theirs back, they're so upset. But it's nice to know that those books are going home every night, and the parents can read with the kids and learn, because lots of books, you learn new things, even preschool level books, you can learn all sorts of interesting things.
Absolutely. Well, I'm so glad that you're encouraging that, and I want to let everybody know how they can find out about the events and all the classes that are going on.
Well, our Even Start program, which includes the GED and English classes for the parents.
Yes.
We're going to start in June.
Okay,
We'll start at the same time as the summer school.
Great.
We're going to have 2 informational meetings, one tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.
And where will that be?
It's at Shining Stars Preschool.
Okay, great.
And one on Thursday at 11:15, which is right in the middle of the day, so parents hopefully can come to either one.
Perfect.
If they can't come, they can give us a call or stop by.
And all that information is on the screen right now, and you can always contact Sarah at 892-7735, extension 522, or you can always send an email to
Sarah at Farrell@rrps.net.
Very simple, and I definitely encourage people to take a look, at least check it out, because it sounds like a wonderful thing for families and children alike. Sarah, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me.
I appreciate you enlightening everybody with all that information.
Well,
thank you. And still ahead, it's probably one of those things people worry about most, particularly the aging baby boomers. But it's really a question for all of us. Will our money last as long as our lives? After the break, I talked to a retirement expert about outliving your retirement savings. This is one interview you can't afford to miss. Stick around.